Hey guys, what's going on? WWE Super Hard DX back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Sting. He was announced this about I think a week ago on Monday Night Raw for the pre-order bonus for WWE 2K15. Now the WWE game series, I buy those games every single year. Most of the time I enjoy them, or oftentimes there are things that I hate about them and are very boring. They get very repetitive, and over time they kind of lack. So with WWE games, 2K are taking over the franchise, and hopefully this will help the WWE games franchise. 2K has produced really good games. They produced NBA 2K15, which I have played, and it is a great game. They've produced all kinds of great sports games, and hopefully they can produce a great WWE game. Last year they did take over the license, and they produced WWE 2K14. Of course, while this entire game was not created by 2K, honestly, they added some features that I really liked. But with the amount of time they were given to create this game, you can kind of understand why it wasn't as expansive or different from WWE 13. WWE 2K15 or 14, I should say, really wasn't all that different, and probably is one of the games, or WWE games at least, I've least played over past WWE games. WWE 13 I played all the time. WWE 12 was playable all the time. 2K15 or 2K14, sorry, was honestly not that playable. I played it a couple times, and I know a lot of people are probably disagreeing with me on the other end of this video. And I can understand why you're disagreeing with me, but for me, it just wasn't as fun. I mean, the difficulty was very weird. Usually I play on the hardest difficulty. On this game, I played on, I believe, the medium difficulty, and then it was very weird. It was kind of just like, it was really hard to kick out. It was harder to kick out, and when you lose, it just left you feeling pissed off, and just because you didn't kick out. And I understand that, because when you lose a match, you are supposed to be pissed off. And then there are other times where it's way too easy to win. It was just, I hope for 2K15 they can find that perfect balance where it's not hard, it's not easy. I hope they have better graphics. And yeah, we still have yet to see gameplay of WWE 2K15. I'm sure we're going to be seeing gameplay within the next 20 days. They have the release, the roster reveal coming up the weekend of SummerSlam. They have all this stuff coming up. I'm almost positive they have Gamescom coming up. They have all this stuff. I'm positive we're going to see gameplay within the next 20 days, so that's a positive. One thing that really got guys talking about WWE 2K15, though, is the announcement of Sting being the pre-order bonus. Now, while it has been rumored that Sting has been rumored for the game, or rumored to be appearing on WWE television for a long time, it's never really been confirmed. The only thing we know is that he apparently signed a Legends deal, and he appeared on the WWE Network once during an Ultimate Warrior special. That's really all we have to know about Sting, but now we've gotten a little bit more info on his agreement and terms with WWE. He is going to be appearing as the pre-order bonus in the new 2K15 video game. That kind of really makes you wonder, what's the entire theme of the game going to be? Is it going to be a WCW themed video game? I mean, we do have information on Hulk Hogan being the exclusive game you can get, where he's signing off all the autographs. So perhaps maybe it'll be an NWO Hogan that he's signing on, and it'll be like black and white Hogan, come in a black and white case kind of thing. So maybe it'll be a WCW themed game. That's my main prediction right now, as we don't really have anything else confirmed. The thing is, like, who else would they have in the game? I guess they could have guys like Big Show and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, Ric Flair, all the legends. But then I guess they could also have guys like Dean Malenko, and because he is with the WWE, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I guess that would be a very good game, and those classic games do tend to sell well. They tend to sell more than the games with a current roster do, but they also have current roster on there, so that's not a complaint in my opinion. So yeah, Sting is going to be on 2K15 is a pre-order bonus. You'll have to pre-order it in order to get it. As of this point, until I see graphics and gameplay, I probably won't pre-order it unless it really amazes me, which it probably will amaze me because I'm really easily amazed when it comes to WWE games. The only other thing that is a concern for me as of this point is I don't have a next-gen console, so I'll probably have to wait a little bit to get the console and get the game as well. So that's probably going to happen some time around December, if that's a little bit of a hint there as to why I might get it in December. Anyways, so yeah, I hope this comes to Sting actually showing up on WWE television at some point. We haven't ever seen him appear on WWE television. I'm pretty sure he's never ever worked for the WWE before on stage or anything, so this will be completely new for him. Of course, he has worked in big arenas before, WCW and stuff like that, and even in TNA he's worked fairly large arenas, so there's nothing technically new about that. It's just the WWE schedule per se I think would be different, but I don't know. So apparently also there's news that Sting is requesting a match with The Undertaker, and The Undertaker just came out of course, the WrestleMania 30 match with Brock Lesnar. His body's beaten up, he had a concussion, he had to go to the hospital. Of course, we all heard that story about Vince McMahon following him to the hospital. And we're really speculating that at WrestleMania 30 that was his last match, so I don't really think that we'll ever see a Sting vs. Undertaker match, even though Sting is requesting it. So the only really plausible, I guess you could say, matches that Sting could really have in the WWE, or future matches that would be the best bet for Sting to have, in my opinion, would be against Bray Wyatt. That would be awesome. You'd have two kind of similar characters going at it. One of them is kind of like a creepy kind of guy, a cult leader, and the other one's kind of like hiding in the shadows, kind of dark villain, or not villain, but maybe an anti-hero character, a Crow Sting. Maybe have him as the old legend going up against some Bray Wyatt. That would be a great match, no doubt about it. Also, some other great matches you could come out of it. You could have Sting versus John Cena. I'm sure that would draw well. I mean, you have the face of WWE, John Cena, and then you have the face of, I guess you could say, probably face of Sting. I mean, WWE recently ranked him #1 WCW superstar, so maybe that is a little bit biased since they just signed him, but I don't know. In my opinion, Ric Flair is the #1 WCW superstar of all time, but Sting is definitely up there, so it definitely makes sense to have one face of a company against another face of the company, whether or not it is a very large gap in the time they were faces of the company. You could have so many different matches. You could have Sting versus Brock Lesnar. You could have, I know that may not make sense, but whatever. I'm sure it would still draw well. Sting versus Triple H, Sting versus Randy Orton, Sting versus Batista, Sting versus Daniel Bryan. You can have so many different possibilities with Sting. I'm pretty sure he did say he's only going to come back to work one more match, but you never know. He may just come back, he may work one big match, and then after that, he could say, well, you know what, that was good. You know what, I think I'm going to work one more match. I'm going to go for this guy now, and we're going to have a great match. And then, we'll never really know, but one thing's for certain right now, and that's Sting is signed to WWE. That's pretty much confirmed as of this point. WWE, of course, they have to have rights to put him in the video game, and without those rights, they would have to have him signed a contract. So it is all but confirmed and said by Sting himself that he is signed to WWE. He may have even said it. I'm not even too sure about that. Vince McMahon did tweet out a tweet, obviously, that Sting is in the WWE 2K15 video game, and then he said, does art imitate life? So he's kind of hinting at maybe a possible Sting appearance on Monday Night Raw in the coming future. Who knows? We'll have yet to see. So let me know what you think about this whole Sting situation in the comments down below. Tell me, who do you think would be a good opponent for Sting in the upcoming future? Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and thanks for watching.